Hey guys, how's it going? So today's project is just to get a lot of work done out in the garden. So we're gonna actually film this video a little bit differently. Usually when I do flower bed cleanup, I like to slow it down and talk about all the plants, but it can take me 3 or 4 times longer to get a project done when I'm trying to capture it on camera, as opposed to just going out and doing it. Also, it's supposed to be 101 degrees today, so I kind of want to limit my face time in front of the camera because it's not gonna look pretty here in about 10 minutes. So I think what we're gonna do is just move as quickly as we can through flower beds that need attention. I'm gonna mostly just be grooming things or cutting them back. I may stop and briefly give an explanation of what I'm gonna do at each area or what I have done. I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna go. Basically just wanna show you all the things I'm doing today in the garden. So I'm starting right here in the kitchen flower bed, just doing some grooming and cutting back of perennials. So hope you guys enjoy this video and maybe find it motivating to get out and do some stuff in your garden. Even though it's hot, our plants still need attention. I am gonna try to chase the shade though today, so we'll see how this goes. Sit down. Can you put that in the bin for me? No? You do some pruning? Yeah, right here, baby. Right here. We'll cut that. Alright, that's done. What you doing, baby? Okay, here we go. Just one, just one. Good job! Yay! at a point now where I need to take a little break so I can get some things watered, but I want to give you a little tour of what I've gotten done so far, and I'm really happy with the progress this morning. So I started up here in the flower bed by the kitchen, and we're dealing with some major sunshade differences here, so I hope you're able to see all the detail. I started by shearing back the Veronica a little bit. I went about halfway down, right about to where the foliage canopy started, and they look nice and tidy and healthy, and they should have time to put on another set of blooms. I've been working on cleaning up this lamb's ear. Now, I did talk about this in our garden tour about adding some of this bold texture. Now, this is the variety Helen von Stein. It's got a nice big bold leaf. And then the rest of this area, I just kind of did some fuss work. Like, I went around and cut off any really damaged foliage on all the hostas in here. We are having a bit of a water issue in this flower bed, so they're not looking super prime. They are starting to burn on the edges. So like, I could cut the entire hosta down if I was going to cut down every leaf that had any kind of damage. But they look pretty good given the fact that they're not getting proper water. And then this one right here is usually about 4 feet wide, and it got really nailed in our hailstorm, and I had to take it down almost all the way. You can see some of the hail damage still there. Deadheaded some daisies, and I took the canopy of that lilac up way far. It looks so much better. It lightened up this whole area. In fact, this Firelight hydrangea is going to get a ton more sun, so it'll start performing a lot better than it is now. The rest of this bed, I actually didn't finish. In fact, you can see my lilac pile right there. I'm trying to kind of chase the shade. So I made it to about here, and I stopped. So I just kind of cleaned up these diamond-like hostas. I just planted these this spring, so they are just trying to establish themselves, and they also got hit with the hailstorm. The beautiful annuals in here, though, oh my, I just am enjoying them so much. So this afternoon, I will probably come and tackle the rest of this lilac canopy here. You can see how much further down that goes. It just made everything look so much like more tidy. I mean, I have a room for another hydrangea in there. And then I've got to just do some grooming on these hellebores. I mean, they came out and bloomed this spring, and I haven't done a thing to them. So this bed needs some major just cleaning. So this is the second flower bed underneath the birch tree that I love so much. This is right in front of Versailles. You can see Versailles Garden in the background there. So this was full of columbine that was just really worn out and tired, needed to be cut back, and I cut it all the way to the ground, and it will flush back. It may put on a few blooms, but if nothing else, it'll have some nice fresh foliage, and it'll be a little bit more tame. Because you guys, I completely forgot I have some little lime hydrangeas in here, and they were so shrouded by the columbine I couldn't even tell they were here, first off. And then they really made the hydrangeas unhappy because they weren't able to get enough light or probably air. So I did pull all of the columbines that were around these and around the boxwoods because they were growing through the boxwoods. Then we popped over here to the bed on the opposite side, and I just did a little bit of cleanup. Like right in front here, I had a hardy geranium that was covered in bindweed, so I pulled the bindweed and cut the geranium back, cut back some spiderwort there, and then I just kind of cleaned up this middle section. There are a ton of perennials in here. You can see some I actually got to in time and cut them back, so they're flushing back. This is a little bit late to be doing this kind of cutback. I mean, it's no big deal. The plants will survive and they will flush back yet this season, but if you can get to them earlier on in July, it just gives you that much more time to enjoy them. I stopped here and cleaned up this lamb's ear. There were just a few kind of like brownish leaves. This one gets overhead water from the grass sprinklers, so it really doesn't stand a chance, but it's looking pretty good. And then just beyond that, there were some poppies I just planted this spring right in here, and they were needing a groom job. They look so much better now. I think I skipped one area. It's kind of the front side of the flower bed that has the columbine in it. I cleaned up this euonymus here on the end just a little bit. I did want to show you, this is a type of viburnum wayfaring tree. Look at this. Isn't that the most gorgeous shrub? The foliage is beautiful, the berries are beautiful, and they turn kind of bluish toward the late fall winter. But I had a bunch of hosta blooms I needed to cut back, just a bunch of spent foliage and weeds. I did go through and I pulled all the grass along this grass line because my line is pretty sharp yet. So I don't need to do any edging, But the grass just kind of slowly creeps in, and if you can stay on top of it, you don't have to edge very often. And I cleaned up around this tree well. Nice and tidy. Okay, now some watering, and then I'm gonna tackle a couple more areas today. All right guys, I got everything watered, and now this flower bed is in the shade. So we are gonna pick back up right here, and then we are gonna move this way. So that ended up being between 3 and 3.5 hours of garden work, and it did get really hot. Otherwise, I would probably push on and do a little bit more, but I'm really pleased with how far I got today. I did want to mention, you can see the lilac behind me, now is not the time to prune lilacs. I just wanted to make that very clear. Lilacs, if they need to be pruned, you do want to prune them immediately after they bloom in the spring. Because they bloom on old wood, they need the whole season after they're done blooming in the spring in order to set buds for the following year, which they have already done. So when I pruned them today, I did prune off some blooms or potential blooms for next year, and I'll show you here in a second where the buds are. But in this case, where I'm kind of like lifting the canopy up and reshaping the plant, I don't mind losing those blooms because I think everything else around the plant and the plant itself will be much happier having been kind of treated the way it was today. And both of the lilacs that I pruned, they do need a major overhaul pruning, like a rejuvenating prune. One of these years I'm going to cut them all the way down to the ground and let them come back fresh because we have so many big branches that are kind of starting to look bad. So anyway, now I want to give you a little tour of all the stuff I just got done in kind of the second push through the day. This area looks so much better. So the plants are all cleaned up. I did set a sprinkler in this area since, you know, you can see drip tubing running in there, but because I'm having such an issue, I'm having to provide some supplemental water, and I wasn't doing a super great job, and that's why some of the plants are suffering like they are. In fact, you can probably see I've got a hose running to that hydrangea right now. Anyway, I think that the plants are going to be so happy not having like a huge shroud of lilac branches coming so far down. I actually have room to plant more here. I'm going to plant probably this whole area with hostas and ferns and hellebores eventually, and kind of expand on my collection here. And I even went back behind the little fence section here and cleaned up some plants in there. So this whole entire flower bed is done, which is so great. And let me show you a bud for next year's bloom. You can see those two little buds right there. Those are blooms for next year. So if you go in and cut this branch off, you lose those blooms. But I don't think I'm gonna be missing all that much because those blooms usually hung down so far and got beat by the sprinklers. So I think it'll be a happier situation. I had fully intended on making it to the back garden to cut all the nepeta and the alliums back down to the ground in my boxwood formations, but we didn't make it that far. So this area kind of nearby is the next lilac and flower bed I tackled. And it's in full sun right now, so it's a little bit hard to see, but I took that lilac up big time. In fact, I took it up so much that I have room for another incredible hydrangea right there to complete my hedge. I'm so excited about that. I did want to address all of these branches in here. So this lilac has been very, very neglected throughout the years, and it's been kind of just let to do its own thing. In fact, I did find where somebody at some time tied these two branches, these two big ones, over to another section over there. So like it maybe started to weigh down, and instead of pruning it, they tied it together. Oh my word. And most of these have either very little or no leaves at all. So they can all come out, or most of them can come out, but that would have taken me so long. When I started to do that and prune those branches out, I started to think it would be a great project to save for the evenings when Benjamin and I are out here. I like to kind of do as much as I can, kind of like be productive and let Benjamin explore and spend time with him. But I can't really do projects that take me all over the place because he kind of wants to, you know, I don't know, he doesn't move as fast. And so I think this is going to be a really good project. Like every evening I'll come out and cut a few branches out, and he likes to help carry sticks around and stuff. So I think that that'll be a good project for he and I to work on together. And as far as the rest of the flower bed goes, I just cleaned up the poppies that were in there and kind of raked out the area. I've got the agapanthus in here. There is a wabi-sabi. Oh look, I left my pruners out. Wabi-sabi viburnum, which is awesome. I think that's about its full size right there. And it blooms beautifully in this spring. And then I've got some brunneras and impatiens right here. So that's pretty much it for today's work, and I hope that this video kind of just serves to show you what things look like this time of year. Oftentimes, you know, when it gets this hot, it's hard to be outside. I mean, hence why I was only out here for, you know, a few hours instead of all day like I can be in the spring and fall. I can be out here from, you know, when the sun comes out till the sun goes down, and I keep my energy up and I can continue to work all day long because it's a lot cooler. It just gets really hard this time of year, and our plants take it hard too. And they can be a little bit tired and they need some attention. And so anyway, I just hope that, you know, seeing what I'm dealing with in my garden and some of the chores that I'm tackling right now maybe just makes you feel better about your own. I mean, we're all kind of in it together. So anyway, I'm super happy with what I got done today. Now, if I could spend 3.5 hours outside every single day working like this, my garden would look awesome all the time, but that's just not reality for any of us. We all have work to do. We all have other things going on and babies to spend time with, and you know, whatever the case may be, it takes us away from our garden and we can't spend as much time as we would maybe want to. So anyway, I just rambled for a while. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.